Hello. I'm going to be talking about art centres and churches, but first, I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. The links are in the description. Also the links to Twitter and Gab, from which I let you know when I have uploaded a new video. And there are also links to donation sites if you're so inclined. But you don't need to go to the description to see that like button, which I urge you to click. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And on YouTube, check your subscription is still active, because that's not a given. Right, so I came upon this art installation here. And the blurb about it is that Gaia is a touring artwork by UK... Sorry, just a minute. This heat wave is certainly bringing out the hay fever. Gaia is a touring artwork by UK artist Luke Jerram. Measures 7 metres in diameter, it says here. That's just over 7.5 yards to us Brexiteers. And it was created from NASA imagery of the Earth's surface. It also says the artwork provides the opportunity to see our planet floating in 3 dimensions. Well, actually, it's floating in a church, because as you will have noticed, Richmond Arts Centre is, or was, a church. I checked it out, and with a bit of digging, didn't take too long. It was originally dedicated to St Alban the Martyr, who was the first Christian martyr in England. And the whole description of the venue managed it without mentioning Christianity or God once, not once. So we go inside this church and what do we find? Well, we find a whole lot of worshippers. Just look at them. They're all there, all milling around, all holding their hands up to this marvellous image of the planet Earth. So is that what we're worshipping now? I mean, it's a serious question here. That's not rhetorical. But this is a God that our eco-priests say that we have to save, not a God who saves us. There's a little bit of a reversal there, isn't there? I was put in mind of that powerful Salvador Dali painting called Christ of St. John of the Cross, in which the crucifixion is depicted more as if from outer space, hanging over the world. Than actually being of this world. And although I've seen this image on many occasions, on this particular occasion it flashed into my mind as Jesus saying, "Beam me up, Daddy, this place isn't worth dying for anymore." Jesus has completely gone from that church anyway, to be replaced by a brilliant image of our beautiful planet. Look, I love the Earth. I live here, but we have to remember it's just one in a billion in the whole scheme of creation. When we worshipped God, we were worshipping all that. When we worship the planet, we're actually just worshipping our neighbourhood. And who's responsible for that? Well, of course, I blame the Church of England, which has dropped the community of Christ and elevated the community of whatever happens to be fashionable at the moment. They've forgotten that churches are places where we keep not only our cultural history, but also our national morality, however much individuals may fall short of that. There is always that anchor there to let us know where we should be going, even if we're not actually heading there. Art, on the other hand, is what we develop based on that morality, even if the art is critical of it. The art depends, in other words, on the cultural framework, and without it, it will wither away. It may not wither away immediately, but it will wither away. We seem to be living in a time when major institutions have abandoned their base. The Labour Party abandoned the working classes. The Conservatives abandoned the middle classes. Our doctors have abandoned their Hippocratic oath in so many ways. And the established church has abandoned its believers. You've got the idea that people who really believe in the Church of England, who are real congregants, are old stick-in-the-muds with primitive beliefs. That's the general impression. I'm not saying that's what I think. And without that base, the church has had to, divest itself of some of its properties, and it's leaving its houses of prayer to the eternal, to the worship of artifacts. So, just to remind the local vicar, I shall quote the Bible, the Old Testament in this case, because it might be useful to remember. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. Okay, well, that's me done. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.